The first tip is to make sure that you always have one singular purpose, one goal in every single video, and that's all. Every single video that you make is like a train on a track, and that train has to constantly be moving forward or else it derails and fails. Like this video, for example, is focused on how to get you monetized and increase your watch time as an art YouTuber. In so many art YouTube videos that I've seen, there's just way too many topics, way too many things. They're just randomly thrown in there that make absolutely no sense. Does any of this sound familiar? Hey, let's see who that contest winner is today. I want to thank all my Patreon subscribers. Let me just run that massive list of 150 people. I want to talk to you about this remote right here, which is going to change your life, my friends. And now for a brief word from our advertisement, plants. When people click on your video, they click with a purpose. They have a need, they have a void, they have a problem. And it's your job as an art YouTuber to respond to that problem and to give them something that they want and need. So stay focused and make sure that you're not killing your audience by doing this. One of the most common questions art YouTubers have to face is, how long should my videos be? Should they be long? Should they be short? Should they be medium length? How many minutes should they be? Here's a real simple answer, friends. As long as necessary, and only as long as necessary. To show you a couple examples from myself, I used to do a lot longer content, like 15 to 20 minutes. And yeah, as you can see here by my retention graph, that didn't really work out for me. So then what I started to do is I started to dramatically cut down all of the what I perceive to be the waste or the non-essential information, and look at this. Now my retention graph is so much better. The major tip that I have for you as far as how you should be approaching this is very simple. So as you take a look at my timeline here, one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at my segment and I'm going to trim it at the beginning, I'm going to trim it at the end, and then everything in the middle, I'm going to decide how little of that, how much is actually essential information, and I'm gonna get rid of all the rest. Cut out the fluff. Otherwise, people fall asleep and they start to trail off. So you wanna keep all your art YouTube videos, whether it's a tutorial, whether it's art motivation, whether it's art advice, to just essential information. And if you don't, then you're gonna have this problem. I think that a lot of YouTube artists have the heart and soul of a teacher. The detriment of that, though, friends, is that it leads to verbal vomit, which is just this boom, big explosion of here's all of this knowledge that I'm just gonna throw at you. And it's just too much. With every single video that you make, you need to keep it concise. You want people to just go ahead and get the information, and you need to shut up and get out. Here, let me give you two examples of something that does work and absolutely doesn't work.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Art Inquisitor. Today, I'm going to teach you how to draw this apple. But before we learn to draw the apple, we must learn to observe the essence of the apple. If it could speak, what might it say? Shh, do you hear that? It is speaking to us. Let us observe in quiet reflection for the next 3 minutes what it says.
Now try that against this.
Hey everybody, today I'm gonna teach you how to take your sucky drawings that look like this into this super realism, and here's how we're gonna do it. Let's go.
Do you see how different that is? Way different experience. You need to follow this simple process. You make 1 to 3 points. You show it, don't just explain it, show it. You can do a voiceover over a video time lapse, and then you just repeat that process. Stop over pontificating on what you're doing right there. It's just going to bore your audience. Are you guilty of doing this? Or have you seen this too much before? Tell me down below. Now here's another thing that you definitely have to stop like right now after you watch this. To start leveling up your content like right now, here's one thing that you have to do. You have to take off your intro video. Just as you see here, there's tons of huge art YouTube channels out there that have intro videos. However, though, you just starting out now or you trying to grow your channel, you're not them. And the strategies that work then definitely don't work now. You can experience as much as a 70% drop-off rate just by including at least a 3-second intro. And here's what your audience will experience. So here's my old intro, which I have ripped off. And if you notice, I didn't have one in this video too. What your average viewer is gonna do is they're gonna scroll down here and they're gonna see what other videos are, and they're more likely going to click off it because something else might pique their interest. You need to entice people to watch your video within the first 30 seconds to keep on to that, or else you'll produce this, the dreaded hockey stick effect, which is when people will click off of your video. So my friends, rip off that intro, do it right now. You're gonna thank me for it later. Now here's another reason why people are probably clicking away from your video. I want you to remember that whenever you're introducing yourself in your video and you're starting it off, it's not a job interview. So tell me if this example sounds familiar to you. Hey everybody, thanks for coming back to my channel, The Art Maker. My name is Wade. I am an art teacher. I've been a professional artist in the professional puppet arena for the last 359 years. So I feel that I am very qualified to tell you exactly what you need to do in order to crochet like a master. I see this all the time. People don't want that, y'all. People just want a very simple introduction, especially if you're new. Hey, my name is Sean. I'm gonna teach you how to do ABC today, and let's roll. Skip past that, nobody cares. Here's another really obnoxious version that I see way too often in art YouTube videos. What up, friends? What up, BFFs? What up, BFFFLs? Hey, I wanna know, what are you doing today in your art? Make sure to tell me down below. And of course, as always, tell me, what are you drinking today? Because you know what we're all about here. We're all about our art, we're all about our drinks, and we're all about really nauseating camera angles. Woohoo! That is so annoying. Who wants to listen to that person? You can do a little setup, you can pose some questions, you can create a problem and solution, but shut up already. You need to just get into the content faster. Did you notice I didn't even do that in this video? And then throughout the entire video, please stop doing this the wrong way. Tell me, have you ever launched into a YouTube video and within the first 30 seconds, you get hit with this? Hey, if you like this video, you can support me down on Patreon. I've designed this super elaborate course, and you can go over my Gumroad. If you could check out some of the stuff I got on my Etsy shop, I have this great one thing that you're definitely missing in your life is this squishy poop. People are tuned into your art YouTube content to help them to solve a problem, not to just peddle your stuff. If you're gonna do this, there's two ways that you should do it. Number one is that you wanna do it towards the middle of the video and definitely try and make it organic as possible. Like for example, I run an art mentorship, and if that's something that you might be interested in, then I'm gonna leave a link down below for you to fill out my Google form for it. See how easy that was? At this point, you're probably wondering now, how do I create content that people wanna watch? So let me give you some advice. One of my recommendations for you is definitely to look for trends, look for problems, look for things that are very topical that people would want to hear about. Like for example, I just made a whole trilogy on AI art because this situation has really exploded and a lot of artists are feeling very anxious, so therefore I wanted to try and fix that for them. One of the things that I do is I get all of my ideas, like all of my art commission videos right here. I got all of these simply by just looking on online forums. You can look on subreddits, you can look on Facebook groups, but these are fantastic places for you to go and see what problems artists have and figure out solutions to their problems. That's how you make great content, because it's stuff that people actually want to watch. But also, you want to watch out for when your content starts to get really popular and more noticed. Like for example, I started to notice that I got a lot of attention on my art commission videos, so now I make a lot of art commission videos to help people out. You always want to look for the void, because that is a place for you to take up space in on YouTube. While you're creating your content too, you should also definitely experiment with this. Definitely have fun as you grow, as you're creating content, as you're creating videos. So experiment with the different styles. And just to show you, I've personally undergone a huge evolution over time and experimented with this stuff too. I've done talking heads, I've done direct tutorials, I've done frame and frame, and this has arrived at what I now like to do and what I feel very comfortable about doing, and more importantly, what my audience likes. So while you're experimenting, see what people also like. Now you might be afraid of putting yourself on camera, but I encourage you to at least try it and see what happens. Because if you're like me, you might be thinking, well, hey, I'm not beautiful and people might not like what they see, but you gotta try it anyways. And if you do like what you see here, definitely let me know about it down here. I appreciate it. If you want more specific tips on this, definitely make sure you watch my other video from last week, which I'll link down below for you. Whenever you're watching a YouTube video, your brain is seeking for a signal to let you know when it's okay to tune out. So here's some things that you should definitely never say at the end of your video content. And last, in summary, in conclusion, and that's all I got for you today. And finally, these are trigger words that tell the audience that you're done and they don't need to pay attention any longer. So instead of doing this, y'all want to use the drop-off method, which is very simple, my friends. What you want to do is you want to abruptly end the video and send them along to another video so that they create thus a binge watch session. So learn major art YouTube secrets to monetize your channel and getting your channel up and going by watching this video right here.